Hello, beautiful people out there. Here's my camera right here. I'm going to get right to it because I'm super excited. I just had a hot flash. We had a kinky conversation and the coochie got a little moist.
What you got excited about, girl?
T.S. Madison is here. Can we give it up for T.S.
Honey,
Madison?
first of all, let's do this, okay? For those that know, all right? Honey, is it on? Is it on? Is this thing recording? What's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one of my bitches, Christian Mingle, and the lands all across the land. This is your girl, T.S. Madison, and I'm coming to you loud, live, and always and forever in color from the Don't Call Me White Girl podcast.
Yes, do it again. I wanted to jump in it, but I'm not good. Like Christian Mingle.
But girl, do you see that voice is iconic?
It is.
That's an iconic voice that I got.
It is. It's cozy iconic.
It is. It's cozy iconic.
Tell the people what you just told me.
Well, listen, for those, because I always get these people always talking about, I've never heard of her. I don't know who she is. It's okay.
I don't get that, but we might be on different channels.
Mona, it's okay because I don't need those that are not listening to. Beyonce know me.
Beyonce knows you.
Yes, honey. You know, the biggest milestone of my career happened this year, like when Beyonce sampled me, like, and it came out and it's just like, wow, because not only did she sample me, she made sure I got my coin.
She's scraping you.
She's scraping me. And lots of things, like she's a huge global phenomenon that could have easily just said, and I could have been at home like, yes, Beyonce.
Like they all do.
They do that, don't they?
They do. They do. They do.
They do that.
I experienced it a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
I've experienced it before too. But for a mega Michael Jackson status person to come forward and be like, use my voice and put it on her album. Song 2 actually, Cozy.
I mean, that starts off the album and gets you set the tone for the album.
Set the tone. And here's the thing, the way that she put me on the album, the way she placed my voice, and because she's a person that speaks to her blackness.
Yes, she does.
She speaks to her blackness. She speaks for her blackness. And she's the mother queen bitch. I
mean, it's Beyonce.
It's Beyonce.
Yeah.
So all you hoes that probably be down there like right now, I've never heard of you. It's okay. You don't have to. Beyonce did, and she scraped me real good.
Real good.
Real lovely.
Real good.
Real lovely.
I didn't know nothing about it. And I wanted to talk about this too. Influence is a motherfucker.
A motherfucker.
And for me, this came later in life. This wasn't anything I ever really necessarily tried to do. So I would see people sometimes and I would go, damn, that looked like, what I did or what I said. I remember specifically, we ended up being friends. Ari, she was saying something and using these words. I'm like, damn, that sound like me. And then, the fans will always tell you.
You mean Ari
the Don, that's my girlfriend. But that's how we met because she was like using little lingo. And it's crazy. I always talk about how negatively I used to speak and think. And I literally would think, oh, she don't know who I am or she wouldn't pay me no mind. And then boom, she posts my videos. This the funniest girl. I'm like, oh, so she is using my lingo.
But see, here's the thing. Like when you have a unique voice, because you have a unique voice, a unique, I could, the lights could be off and I know it's you speaking. And that's the way it is sometimes with me. Well, lots of times with me, the lights could be off. I could be down the street on another corner.
They know your voice.
And they know my voice. And so, everybody's watching. Even the ones that become, I never heard of you. Well, bitch, if you ain't never heard of me, why are you why are you commenting or why are you writing shit up under every time somebody posts me? Who is this again? Who is this? People try to do things like that to underwhelm your presence because they have none.
Wow.
They have no presence.
Nobody knows.
And so they try to underwhelm your presence and doing things like that. And so I tell all them who they can suck my dick from the back.
Yeah, really.
Fuck you. Because I built T.S. Madison from the ground up.
You really did. We're going to get all the way into it. But that's why I brought it up with Ari, because the hot sauce in the bag, that's the confirmation. Once you get the call for the album, I've been influencing the queen.
I've been telling people that Beyonce been watching me for a long time. Like when she first came out with the hot sauce on that bat, I was arguing with a bitch on Facebook one time. And I said, pussy ass motherfucking hoe, don't you ever get it twisted, bitch, because I walks around with that hot sauce in my motherfucking bag. And I pulled out a bat and my 9. And I laid that bitch on it.
That's a pistol.
The fucking post is still up from all them years ago. And then weeks later, when Beyonce was walking down the street and she had that bat and that shit said hot sauce on it. I said, ooh.
Did you know it then?
I said, like, she watched me. She watched. But fast forward all the way to 2022.
Things come full circle.
And it's full circle. Like, here I am saying, comfortable in my skin.
Yes.
I love myself, goddamn. Bitch, I'm black. I'm dark skinned. I'm light skinned, honey. Brown skin, beige, fluorescent beige. Bitch, I'm black. You know, and the thing about it is, you know, I don't have shit to prove to nobody.
Nope.
Nobody. And Ari, I seen her the other day saying Puerto Rican. You know,
Rican.
A lot of hoes out there claiming that they don't know who a bitch is, but they been saying Rican. I feel like a Spanish, like a Puerto Rican.
Well, she
Rican,
is
honey.
a Puerto Rican.
Rican. But I've seen Sierra has done it. Snoop Dogg done reposted it. Like so many people, my voice has. I've watched it.
And the crazy thing is, you just talking shit. You just talking your shit. That's all.
My whole rise to being a star has just been me being 100% myself.
And that's what I love about you.
I ain't been nobody else. If I felt like getting online, wearing a bitch wig off their head, I do. Even if my wig was nappy, bitch, I'll cuss a motherfucker out because I'm just here existing. It's already hard enough for me as a trans person of color just to exist,
right? And
you know, to be on social media and then to maneuver through platforms and stuff like that. Listen, Nicki found me. Nicki Minaj, that's my Judy. You know. It's like the list goes. Lee Daniels, like so many people who are a part of my immediate circle watch me like, girl, I love the way that you just roll.
I found you in 2014.
Did I have
Snapchat.
my clothes on or was my clothes off?
You would put them on, take them off, right? But the first thing that stuck out to me was you own shit. You was the boss. You know what I mean? You doing these movies, but you telling everybody where to stand, what to do. What? Like,
money,
I couldn't
bitch.
believe it. I had never seen anything like it. Such a boss. And your personality screamed throughout. You always was playing around, joking, just talking your shit. Always been entertaining.
Listen, my life has been like a roller coaster of things. And so in order for you to really maneuver through life, sometimes you just got to laugh. Right. And you got to be able to laugh at your experiences that you've had, especially if you've survived them. And sometimes people don't want to hear a tragic story. They don't want to hear a tragic story. So I'll tell you a tragic story through comedy.
Wow.
I'll tell you how a nigga held me down at gunpoint, stuck that dick deep in my motherfucking pussy, made me skeet, and then told me to give me all your motherfucking money, pussy asshole.
Wow.
You know, you might find that funny, but that happened. I can make a joke about it, you know, but I can let you know, well, hey, this stuff happens. Men fuck us, rob us, do these things or whatever. Now, well, some of them fuck us, rob us, some of them fuck us, love us, some of them fuck us, wife us, you know, on the side.
Or all at the same time.
All at the same time. But it can happen, you know, consecutively, like checking the boxes.
Some of the best comedians are just filled with a lot of pain. That's why so many die with drug addiction and suicide, whatever. I feel like some of the best jokes are
painful.
Like, they started in a painful situation because that's how we cope with things. You know, turning it into some kind of laughing thing. And you might laugh with us, but sometimes there's a story behind that. And if you find somebody that's transparent, like Maddie or me, you get to, you know, get some inspiration out of it, get you out of your situation, because everybody can't laugh.
No,
everybody can't laugh at them bad things, but they do enjoy too. You know what I mean? And it's never you laughing at a Don't Call Me White Girl T.S. Matters. You are laughing with.
Yeah.
I'm giving you this after I got through that.
Yeah, after I done got through this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you would have been, if you would have loved me before and then it was what happened, you'd have been crying. You know, but you didn't know me, and so I'm telling you, this is what happened, and now you be able to like, girl, that was funny, but damn, that was fucked up, you know. But
so you from Dade County?
I'm from Dade County. I'm a 305 girl.
Is your first my first introduction to you were in the porn industry? Was that your first entertainment thing?
Yeah, my first entertainment thing. I was an adult film star, internet, like those little. I own my stuff, you know. And here's the thing: people may not accept it, but they gotta fucking respect it. And if they don't, it's fine, because I made my coin. I don't give a damn about that. I made my coin and I own all my shit.
A pretty penny.
Pretty penny. And I own all my shit. I didn't have to go to the white man and ask him for a job. I didn't have to suck no dicks I didn't want to. I didn't have to fuck nobody that I didn't want to fuck. I own all my shit. It was mine, you know. And I look at all these OnlyFans girls right now, you know, like doing the things, whatever. I'm like, damn, I remember a time when, you know, and people are embracing OnlyFans.
They are.
I remember a time that like, if I'm infamous for being bigdickbitch.com.
Right. Big Dick Bitch. Bigdickbitch.com.
I'm infamous for that. And it kept me out of the places that I wanted to occupy for so long. But now that I'm able to fill the seats in the places that I want to occupy, you know, I'm able to stand on, you know, that this is what I did. I didn't do this because I was out there just like I was a bitch, just wanted to suck dick. Bitch, I had to eat.
Right.
This year I'll be 45 years old in October.
Wow.
I will be 45 years old.
You look good, bitch.
Thank you, baby. Black don't crack, honey.
It don't.
You know, it may chip, but it don't crack.
See, I'm real pale. My black crack a little bit. We'll talk about that later.
No, it ain't crack.
Oh, it's a little
You know,
bit.
it's still black.
I'm trying.
It have a little tiny chip, but it ain't gonna crack all the way.
Sure. About a little bit of melanin, I'm holding on.
But this is the thing, like what people don't really get is that I owned all that shit. And like at the time, you know, when you are a person who they wouldn't give jobs to, this was 20 some years ago. You don't get jobs, you know, you say you trans and this and the other. It's just like it's a hard thing. And I don't want no sympathy because I didn't ask for no handout. You know, I hustled for mine. But people were judging me and all this type of stuff, and I was like, fuck it, you know. I was infamous for that. And now where I am in my career, I'm in a Universal Pictures, y'all. This ain't my first movie, but this is the biggest magnitude.
That's what I said. She said I'm in a movie. I'm like, you in a lot of movies.
My movie was, I was in Zola, you know. Dear Heavenly Father, we are asking you a special prayer.
Yes.
Send us niggas.
I love Zola.
I still want them. 840. But I'm in a Universal Pictures. These are the same people that made Jurassic Park, bitch, okay? In my phone. In my execs and all, hey TS, how you loving me? You know? And the thing about it is you don't think that you'll be able to occupy these spaces because, you know, you have this stuff on your background and you're infamous for these things. And these were the same, you know, reasons why you couldn't get an audition.
Right.
Like I can't audition. Oh, she's done porn and adult film. Now it's like, hey TS, you know why? Because I haven't changed. The times have changed. I'm still the same bitch. Now I suck a dick up till I hiccup if I need to. I don't need to do that now.
Right.
That's not a part of.
And like you said, they look at that industry totally different. I mean, it's not even, what is it? Even for what they call them, sex workers. Now,
sex workers. Yeah.
It's an appropriate way to say everything.
But
you know
sex
what
work
I mean?
is work though.
It is work.
It's work. Them people want their tax money out there. I had to pay tax money off them dicks I sucked and got fucked.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to pay taxes on that. I wasn't able to buy a house if I didn't pay taxes.
How did you know you was ready to walk away from that? Because I mean, all seriousness, you making good money doing that shit.
Yes, I make.
So how do you know when you're ready to walk away from that? How do you know you want to turn into this household star? Because everybody know you now.
Well, everybody knew me then, but they just didn't want to say nothing, honey. You know, a lot of them hoes slipped and found some type of clip. Or they either a nigga getting wore out or a nigga wearing me out.
I watched a few.
Yeah. Because I remember you saying on here before that she got a skinny dick. It was a big dick. This is a skinny dick. I was like, it's a little thin. I was like, yeah, honey, a whole lot of blood ain't rushing to her. Goddamn, it's just going this way.
I'd have sucked it.
You say you'd have sucked it?
I'd have sucked it.
Girl, you old dagger. You old poor dagger. Oh, see, I got to be careful, Lord.
You got to watch that. I call them zykes because that's with love. And I've always wanted to be one.
A dyke?
A zyke with a Z. That's how we say it in Philadelphia.
What's a
zyke?
Tell me what a zyke is.
Straight backs, sports bra, one titty, bigger shirt, willing to take on your children, be a stepmom.
Oh, a
Manly
zyke.
fresh, small fro, or braids, right? Hold my shit like this here, wear my strap. Because I did a little time in jail. And in jail, the zykes, they wear their strap all day long. So when you buy the microwave, they hold that thing, but you know what's going on.
Okay, so you know all that stuff is new for me. Was anything in that area is I'm still learning, and so I want to make sure that I look at the camera and say this like, listen, you guys know I tell jokes. I'm a comedian to a degree, and I may say some shit that's fucked up even in my own community. But if you teach me the right way, I won't do it again.
That's where I am. And listen, it's so much we got to talk about, but in that space, right? Because I've said things where people get really, really upset. And like I shared with you earlier, I had a bad habit of saying, oh, you look like a man. And then I turn that into you look like a tranny. Never realized that I'm offending trans girls when I say stuff like that. Whole time, half them bitches look better than me. You know what I mean? So if it's not even really a shade at a certain level, but my thing is I'm never trying to offend. I'm trying to hurt the bitch feelings I'm arguing with.
Right. Okay, here's the thing. As a black community, you know, we've made gay bad, and we've made trans ugly. You know, and so when you say things like, "Oh, nigga, you gay," that's a bad thing. Oh, bitch, you look like a tranny. It's like you're saying that she's not a woman. Like, you know. And here's the thing: we have to. I get when you get policed about that. I get it. You know, because I'm a trans. You know, and I don't use tranny. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. I don't use the T word because, you know, it's a word that has.
So what's the appropriate word?
Transgender. Now, when you reading, there's no appropriateness when you reading a motherfucker. It just say you ain't gonna be appropriate. But if you occupy public,
I dropped the F word, right? I dropped the F word. Why I dropped the F word was because if I'm in traffic, I'm arguing with you, right? And I'm calling you F word. I don't know if you're gay or straight.
Yeah.
I have never gotten an argument with a gay man and called him an F word.
Yeah.
I get an argument with a gay man, I'm talking about his ashy ass ankles
Yeah.
or his outfit not being right. I'm going to try to read you. Listen, I have to. You only got a certain amount of time. My F word was to diss a straight male, but I had to have somebody talk to me in tears in the eyes and say, you know, he was a mixed guy. He said, you know, where I'm from, they call me with the hard R, and they call me the F word, and it feels the same.
Yeah.
Right then and there, I'm like, oh, I'm dropping it because I'm not trying to hurt nobody, you know, especially from a community that I love, I get so much from that community I get from them that I give to them. So it's never my goal to hurt anybody, but where I am and a lot of my peers are is that sometimes we just don't know what to say or what can be said.
Well, here's the thing about it is I know that you're a hood girl, and hood girls and hood men, the hood has a lot to learn,
for sure,
but they have to be willing to, you know. And so when you from the hood, you gonna say all of these things because that's normal, and it's us. The girls that are still walking around in the hood spaces, that's normal for us saying punk and, you know, some it offends, some it doesn't. Like, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of it. The T word for me, you used to hashtag that and my picture will pop up. So I made money.
Right.
So that definitely was not offensive to me. But then I had to realize, like, okay, T.S. Madison, everybody's not a sex worker and everybody's not into sex work. Right. And so you can't just make your experience everybody's experience. And so what I did was I was like, okay, I'll tell you, I don't want you to call me that either, but if the girl, we joking and you know, but you can't say that because it'll get you in the hot water. I don't say it anymore because I understand that it offends other trans women. You know, it's not because all trans women weren't prostitutes or they weren't sex workers or whatever. But I was, so it wasn't offensive to me. So if a bitch out there trying to hurt my feelings using the T word, you don't. I made $1 million off that. The first $1 million I ever made was off of being the T word, you know. But now I'm not in that occupying that space anymore, so I understand it.
Right.
But I've always hated the F word.
Okay.
I've always hated that because growing up, I've been met with such vitriol with that. Attacking me, the first thing I'm hearing, you know, that's the first thing I'm hearing. Like when I'm getting attacked, no matter if I'm like if I look like a woman or not, it's just like that's the first. And so I've always hated the F word. I hate it. I'm glad that you learned from that someone told you they didn't learn. I had a really big debate online with women because they were telling me, Madison, don't use the word fish. Right? It's like, don't use the word fish. And I'm like, well, I don't just necessarily be walking up to people saying, hey, fish, or what's the tea, fish, or what, you know, I don't do that. Like, that's not what I do. Fish is a term that's used in our community, and it's not to. We call each other fish. Like if you gay or you trans or whatever, we call each other. Like if especially if you feminine, like, oh girl, you look like the fish. Ooh, you do. Anyways, make a long story short, that was a big war that was going on.
Was it?
And people were using that and saying, well, you don't want us to call you this and the other, and you want us to call you she, but you calling us fish. I'm like, but ma'am, you can't come in our community and take words like, yes, what's the tea, honey? Oh, yes, like the words that we constantly use, and then you're like, okay, well, I like this word, this word, this word, this word, this, I don't like this one. No, these words belong to us. This was our language.
Yeah.
But because hear me clearly. I don't want no shit from you hoes because I still know how to fight. But because I occupy a public space and I'm in public position, I laid that fight. I laid the sword down in that fight.
Wow, so you dropped the word.
I never really did it, but I laid that down because it's not that big of a deal. If my female followers are offended by, I don't use it. I wasn't really using it anyway. But if that's so, I was like, girl, you know what? Fuck it.
You got it.
It ain't that big. It's not that big of a deal. What's your name? I've always been like, what's your name?
Because the people make us. The people push us right on to the top. The love they had for us is what circles everything for somebody like Beyonce to hear what you got going on, to see what you got on. I think that in these days and times, a lot of people don't connect enough. And I think I always like that about you too, that you connected with everybody, take call-ins, talk to people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I mean?
Listen, the people got me off my knees. I'm for real. The people had me on my knees. They made me a lot of money on my knees. The men did, and the women, because the women was buying my shit too.
Yes,
the women, but the men definitely. But the people got me up off my knees, and it was because little videos were going viral on the internet and stuff like that. That they were tuning in, and I started my YouTube channel, and I've been maneuvering through all social platforms, and so because of the people. I'm here occupying this space. And so if that was a big issue, I laid it down. Like, fuck it. I don't need to use it. I don't need to use it.
Listen to the people. I saw a video with you once where it was a homeless man.
Oh,
he was homeless, is gay. And you said, what can I do to help you?
I wanted to know.
And you really sat and talked to him, and he literally had a list of things or what homeless gays go through, and you would never even think of that. Like a homeless gay man, or the gays that are homeless at all, what they go through. And I was almost like he was ready. He just listed everything that he needed for the community. He didn't want no money.
No money.
He wanted to understand. Then he wanted you to hear. I think he wanted you to pray for him or something like that.
Stuff like that, And I did give him some money, later on. But the thing about that is, it's just like I'm not better than the people. I am the people. Now, when I say I'm not better than the people and I am the people, don't mean I don't know my position in the place, and that don't mean that I'm gonna let a bitch just disrespect me, or I'm gonna let a person underwhelm the things the contribution that I've made to popular culture, because we're not gonna do that.
We can't.
I'm gonna always be humble, but bitch, I will humble you if I need to. And say, sis, we not the same now. Now listen, we the same as you, but we not the same.
We not the same.
We don't occupy the same spaces. We don't do this. We not the same, girl. We not to say that you not get there, but you ain't there.
Don't nobody know her.
So don't do me. Like don't come in trying to. I don't know who you is. It's okay. It's all right. The folks that need to do. Just how different.
I don't know you as a lie though.
Yeah, but they do that to try to, somebody will do that to you.
I mean, they try
to try to let you hold it. You know what I'm saying? But they around here quoting your shit though. Oh, I ain't know that was her. You don't got to, but you know me. I'm in your phone. Oh, pick up your phone right now. And go, I'm in the gift. Put TS in everybody's phone in this motherfucking room. I'm in your phone. I'm in everybody's phone in this room doing this. Like I have contributed to popular culture.
One of my favorites. You in the bathtub.
Laughing.
The villain laugh.
Oh my God, Keek laughing at them hoes.
I practice all the time.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because people, and I try not to focus on it, but I'm human. I'm human. A bitch will say some shit, you'll be on there lighting their ass. Get the,
you clap back,
you got to. You gotta let a bitch know I'm not too busy to tap you on your shoulder if I need to.
It takes a second. And I got time.
It made me a moment. I might be in between gigs, and I might be sitting down on my phone like, hold on, wait a minute. How much time we got before I go to the next lane? Let me tell this hoe. Let me put this bitch together real fast. And then the bitch will say, oh, well, you miserable. And no, I'm not miserable and sad. I'm very happy because I'm happy, but I'm just still letting you know that we not the same sus. And I don't really dig deep anymore, Mona, because.
What do you mean by dig deep?
Well, I still do that. If you talking about using the dick, because I definitely would. I'm about to dive in.
Call me.
Hallelujah. but I don't really, because I don't want to lose my page. I don't want to lose, for the people that love me, because they will try to attack. For you not to be so nobody, they really try to attack your stuff. When I put out that I was on Beyonce's album, and I put out that I've got writing credits and all, I got writing credits on that. I have writing credits, and I also have, I get like when she make a sale from the streaming, I make my sale. When she make a sale from the sale, I make my sale. So I have this is a part of this thing. And so when I posted that stuff on my Instagram, like, posting my name in the credits and posting that, how the media talked about it, like CNN, like CNN was talking about it and all this. They started attacking my page. Like they were trying to report old shit. Crazy. And I got a rep over at Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. So I got on the telephone with my rep.
Give me this nigga's number.
I'm gonna try to get you a rep, because if you when you get to a certain status, you should have a rep.
I lose my page 3 times.
Yeah, you should have a rep.
I lost my page a month ago.
Yeah, when you get to a certain status, you should have a
my
rep.
eyes water thinking about this shit.
Yeah, it do.
Rough. I got bills. I got people shit to post Mark Zuckerberg.
Man, I got on the phone with my rep, and I was like, listen, I see what they're trying to do, because every other day I'm being signed out of Instagram.
Wow.
Or I'm being signed out
that's
like
when
every
you know
other day.
Coming.
Like it's every other day.
That's
and I'm like, I've only posted about Beyonce for the past couple of days. And they was just doing that. And so my rep was like, well, he went to the main folks or whatever, and they lifted some shit because they was just going reporting old shit. And I'm like, we shouldn't be penalized for some shit we said 3 years ago. I don't even remember I said that. And so what I stopped doing was I don't even spell the cuss words no more.
That's it.
I don't spell them. I don't whatever. And I stopped posting the people that, in the caption, I won't post what I used to post, because I used to be like, y'all see this pussy ass motherfucking hoe? I don't even be fucking with nobody. This pussy ass motherfucking hoe over here with the bullshit. I don't even do that no more. I would just write something nice.
And you know what else I had to stop doing? When my followers will post me and they'll say, this bitch funny as a motherfucker.
They'll get you for that.
You can't repost that, because they'll take your page for that too.
You just, your rep, like I have to tell my rep, and they still white over there. And so sometimes they don't really grasp it like they should grasp it. I'm like, how? I'm colored. Like, this is y'all need to get some colored people in here. I'm black. So you motherfuckers need to get some black people over here that understand, like, oh, this
run the app,
this is a cultural thing. Like, okay, this isn't meant in the context of this or whatever. Like, oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I've been pushing it for a while. I think it's racist. I think that I feel like after a while they set up these bots where they would kind of catch things, But if I'm saying, oh, she beat the fuck out of my face, to me that's an issue that you don't understand, that's makeup. It's impossible that you don't. I feel like the things that we say a lot, I'ma hit you right back. You know what I mean? Instead of saying I'm gonna holler at you, that's already programmed in the system to be bullying. And I feel like they know that it's not.
But see, a motherfucker that know that shit be reporting you. A motherfucker that knows shit like that be reporting you, because I was getting reported on. I'm like, well, what? Bitch, that wasn't even, what?
It's crazy.
So my rep got,
How do you find the reps? Are they all
they
at
came,
Walmart?
like when my TV show, girl, when my television show, the T.S. Madison Experience, debuted on WeTV in 2020, in 2020, it's a lot of things started happening for me. Like, I got reps, I got this, there's a lot of things. Because I am actually the first black transgender woman on earth.
With a TV show?
No. The first black transgender woman on earth to executive produce and star in her own television series. The T.S. Madison Experience.
You're a legend.
And hoes could suck my dick when they be with the shit they ain't never heard or they ain't never know. Google is your friend. Let me do this so that I can fuck y'all household up. Alexa, who is T.S. Madison?
One more time, bro. Make it clear.
Alexa, who is T.S. Madison? So if you sit next to your Alexa machine when this play, it's gonna pop up and tell you who the fuck I am, bitch.
Just in case you.
Just in case you don't know, Alexa finna tell you, hey Siri, who is T.S. Madison? Hey Google, who is T.S. Madison? I don't give a fuck about you nothing ass motherfucking doing nothing assholes that be talking about you don't know, bitch, because the folks that's supposed to, they know. But again, politely, I'm the first black transgender woman to executive produce on earth, to executive produce and star in her own reality television series. And this stuff is important to me. It may not be important to another motherfucker out there, but I was a bitch on my motherfucking knees sucking dick getting fucked. I was a bitch fucking a nigga out the back window. I was a bitch that walked down the sidewalk and almost died night after night after night after fucking night. I'm gonna celebrate where I'm at now, bitch. I don't give a damn who it offends. I'm gonna celebrate where I am right now, because nobody else was. You would have been over there. You'd have been somewhere saying, "Oh, she died. What he did? What did he do? Oh, he fooled somebody. Oh,
What's the numbers on that though? How many trans women
don't
die
make me start.
per
It's
second per minute?
I know the black trans women are the highest. We're the highest.
And what's the saddest, the sickest to me is that I think the reason why, because it's when you look at those numbers, that's scary.
It is scary.
So being that in our community, that because I feel like we are working towards things as far as with gay people in our community, but with the trans girls, I don't even know if we
Here's
close.
the thing too, this is what baffles the fuck out of me. Now I'm gonna shake the table with this bitch because I'm in the right table shaking place because you love to shake the
That's my
table.
favorite thing.
If you could tell what the fuck we is, and you could just look at us and know that we men's, we men, and you ain't fooling nobody. How when a nigga tell you he ain't know you believe him? How do you automatically be on his side when he tell you I ain't know? You are he ain't know. But you bitches sit around all day, every day talking about you can tell a man when you see one and a man know a man when he see one. So when a motherfucker tell you, I need tissue.
I do.
Oh.
Thank you, baby.
So when a motherfucking nigga tell you that he didn't know, why you believe him? I'm baffled and confused.
Listen, when I see those numbers, right? Because it's spooky, right? How many people are dying per hour, right? I think that a lot of people feel better about it because they rather pretend in their heads, right?
That he didn't know.
That these people are tricking these people, and this is what happens in this moment. He didn't got this prostitute, or he didn't went on this date. He finds balls at that moment, and he go, oh my God, get my pistol. First of all, the thought to even think that finding out something like that would turn you into a murderer is crazy anyway.
Well, you have to realize masculinity is fragile.
I'm realizing
masculinity is extremely fragile. And I tell my girls all the time, when that niggas go to jerking a little bit, when y'all out in public, keep your ice pick somewhere. So if you have to hit that bitch in his fucking artery, kill that nigga. I tell my cis women, if a nigga beating your ass, I'm sorry, God, forgive me, I may get in trouble somewhere. Kill that nigga. Because he will fuck you Friday morning, Friday night, Friday afternoon to get out there, and the first stranger that tell him that you a man, he gonna act like that he don't know for a stranger because his masculinity is that fragile.
Listen, I don't believe that it happens. I've even heard trans women say, "Oh, y'all gotta stop tricking those men." I don't know why people say things like that. I don't believe it.
Okay, sis, now listen. Now I'm not finna sit up here and act like that the girls don't play, because the girls do play.
Yeah, they play.
Now the girls play. Now the girls will play. Now they're not.
It's just hard for me to believe a woman that I know that they play, but it's hard for me as a woman to believe that the nigga is playing what he's playing too. We're both pretending that I just don't. Okay, I'm sure it happens, but I don't think it happens as much as they say it does.
There are a lot of trans girls that are extremely passable. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a passable motherfucker.
Yes,
regardless of the fact that if a motherfucker can say I can tell, it's okay because this a motherfucker that can't.
Passive,
and so
baby.
there are times that I done been in positions I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, you playing with me right now? You mean to tell? Sir, I'm free with it. I like to joust.
Okay.
I like the sword fight.
A sword fight.
Yeah, I like the sword fight. So I ain't got time to be sitting on my dick. How my dick gonna be hard and yours hard and we ain't gonna do nothing together. So, I've been in positions where I thought that a man has known, and then been like, you tell me you were born I'm like, oh shit, you ain't know?
Right.
Well, baby, listen, how you like your chicken? Bone in or boneless? Because I'm most definitely bone in chicken. And I like you to get to the gristle in this motherfucker. Suck the gristle. That's what the juice said, the bone marrow.
Like, don't get it twisted, because I'm not one to bite my tongue. And I am smart. I just don't think that it happens anywhere near as much as people assume. No,
not as much as people assume it does, because I'm an advocate for the girls being who they are. I'm an advocate for the girls, because why would you miss, man? So the best blowjob that I done ever had I ain't gonna say that's the only, God forgive me. The best blowjob that I ever had has been men driven. I tell women all the time, okay, bitch, you know how good dick is. When a man find out how good dick is, bitch, you ain't gonna be able to get him off it. And so if he done ever sucked the dick, that taste gonna always be in his fucking mouth.
You know, I went viral saying that if a man was honest with me and we had a vibe and I liked
watched
him, yeah, and
I respected you for that.
But listen, because it has to be said, it's like I have too many gay friends that's into the trade, that date the trade. I'm talking about hard niggas, thug niggas, you know what I mean? The full gamut, square niggas, whatever, that secretly date men. So I just feel like if that cat got around a bit and you got a number, if you 10 and up, you probably slid through with a man that got a little dick.
Sus, if you been fucking, you done fucked the nigga that done fucked the nigga.
It's just true.
That's just what it is.
That's just what it is.
If you been fucking, if you got a pussy and you been fucking, you done fucked the nigga that done fucked the nigga. Just, you done fucked the nigga that actually like a nigga now.
Yeah.
You done fucked the nigga that actually done been in a relationship with a nigga. Sorry.
The bitch you text last night, don't call him no more. That was a man.
It could have been.
It was.
But this is the thing though, sir, right? Okay. Here's what I had to, because as a transgender woman, I've been small-minded myself. Okay.
In what way?
Oh Lord. Get ready.
We gotta go there.
So I had to realize that sexuality is a large spectrum.
Okay.
And the more you learn, the more you live, and the more you open your mind up to, you know, life, you understand lots of shit. All right. And so I used to be like, I don't want to fuck with no man that likes other men. I'm a trans woman.
Right. So
I don't want to fuck with no man that want to fuck with no man. If you a man in this motherfucking room and my man like you, I don't want to go with him no more.
Okay. But no, he could like trans women, but not men. Okay.
That was my mind at the time. Okay. Now that my mind has changed, it's like I have to realize that sexuality is broader than just that. I'm getting better. Y'all, I fuck up in the community too. So I want y'all to know it's okay to fuck up, but you also have to learn.
You gotta be open for learning.
So I used to get on my platform and say shit like that. I won't do that anymore. Okay. Because, you know, men need to be allowed to be what they are. They're men. You get what I'm saying? They are men. I'm not a man. I'm a trans woman.
Right. With great titties.
I'm not a man. I'm a trans woman. There's a difference.
There's a difference.
It's a huge difference. You know? And so, yes, I might cringe a bit. But usually a man's first experience is with another, before he even got to me with titties and a fucking dick. He done already had a man before me. Or I might be his first trans woman, and something may happen. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Bitches got to get their minds from being so fucking small and saying, well, my man do this, This is why you're going to always run into that space in that area where a motherfucking man going to always be not going to say shit. I feel, exactly. I'm so afraid for them hoes who say shit like that, because they usually end up with someone.
That's how things work.
And they usually end up with the roguishest of one, the doggishest of them. You be like, oh God, you ain't just get one, you got the worst one.
You got the one.
You got the one. Bitch, you better keep a swab in your pussy.
I also said, I went viral recently, I said something like,
that if a man get fucked, he was a bottom. I watched it.
And that is bottom shaming. I like
it. Is bottom shaming. I used to, sister.
So I should not say that.
As a trans woman, I said that shit before too. I got tore up.
They chewing me up, child. So I should not. So listen, straight out. Even if we feel that way, even if the girls feel that way, the guys feel that way, the kids, everybody, I should not say it because it's bottom shaming, correct?
Well, here's the thing. You have to look at you can still have your beliefs and your preferences. Here's what
I'm allowed to have a preference?
You're allowed to have a preference.
What the fuck?
Because I can have a preference, but here's the thing. When I stand on my platform, this is what makes things phobic. There's a difference between preference and phobic.
Well, break that down, please.
You can have your preference and say, well, I like to suck big black dicks. But when you start saying, girl, you sucking that little bitty small tiny dick, that's dick phobia.
Okay.
Right? Well, y'all don't know. I'm teaching you something. So if you saying, oh, if that nigga getting fucked in his ass, you know, that might be true to you, but you made it sound like it's wrong.
Like
for
it's
him.
a bad
Like
thing.
it's a bad thing for him to get fucked in his ass. That is his preference if he want to get. You just prefer him not to get. You just prefer for you not to have a man that gets fucked in his ass, and that's okay.
I wish they understood about me though, that my goal, even though I'm talking shit and it seems like it's off the top and it's nothing, a big part of my goal is to create a conversation that's not had. And I feel like with us, like, especially within my peers, I'm 30 something, I'm black, I'm a cisgender, black, heterosexual woman.
Cishet.
Cishet. Okay.
Cishet. Cishet.
Dre, put it right here for the people. Cishet. Cishet.
Het.
HET.
Like heterosexual.
It's
Cisgender hetero. Yeah.
het for heterosexual cishet.
Well, I'm not gonna screw. Listen,
That's what I am. But for in my peer group, right? I just feel like it's a lot. It's just this weird gap of like, you know, they taking our men and they, you know what I mean. And I feel like a lot of these conversations are meant to be had because once you think about them and once they said or once your favorite Instagrammer say it, you might feel a little more comfortable with it because it's happening. It's girls that have literally fought their husband's side nigga at the Walmart, but she'll never say that.
She won't say it out loud. Okay.
She won't bring that
Here's
up.
the thing about they said they're taking our men. Women, where y'all at? Okay, y'all all over. Men don't belong to y'all. This is what you
Phelps belongs to me. Phelps is mine.
Okay. When you
Phelps
subtract
is mine.
when you subtract this from your brain that you have ownership over men, like, okay, men were made for women. No, men were made.
Or just a man.
Men were made.
Okay.
Men were made. They have their own brain, their own penis, their own, you know, you don't have ownership. Just like a man saying, well, you know, like a men don't own women. Women can be with women if they like.
Mm-hmm.
They can be with women if they like. If that's what they like to do, they're women. They can be with whatever they like. Men can be with whatever they like. Women don't have ownership. So to say, well, these are our men and those are yours. No, honey, those are men.
Right.
And whatever it is that they like, they gonna do what the fuck they want to do because that's their penis.
That's what men do.
That's their penis. And so you don't have any ownership over that man. Period. Now y'all get married and all this stuff. You know, you want him to be honest. He's afraid to be honest because of all the past conversations that maybe y'all had, or maybe you done made a joke. Maybe you done said something, or maybe maybe this is something that has happened in his home or growing up. You know, some conversation that he's heard or had around him where it was like, you know, made him stay in this place. Like, damn, I want to tell somebody that I want to. Shit, I done got my dick sucked before. Everybody in the room make jokes. Yeah, man, then that nigga get his dick sucked by a nigga over there. He over there, he laughing. Oh shit, I can't tell these niggas I got my dick sucked. Or I can't tell nigga I sucked the dick once or twice before. Oh shit. There you go. That you further pushing him into, you know, this space where, you know, he doesn't have a safe space, and I don't think that black men have safe spaces to be honest.
They don't.
Or safe spaces to, you know, to explore, or, you know, because it's okay for a woman to lay up with another woman.
That's
just
hot.
double standard. That's hot.
That's hot. That's sexy.
Because it's a part of patriarchy. Because a man can see himself getting in the middle of that. So it's okay.
Yeah.
That's all. All that shit is ruled by masculinity. It's okay. Yeah, two bitches fucking. Oh, I can get. That's why Boosie's stupid as fuck, like he is, and say stupid shit like, you know, he has so much to say about
hateful shit.
I don't think it's ignorance. It's a lot of ignorance. I watched him talk about his experience of him in prison. He say that the niggas, man, that nigga grabbed that other nigga ankle, man, and he just slammed down on it, man. He was riding that shit. And so when I watched him tell that story, I watched it with a different lens.
I haven't seen that one.
He told his prison story. That what happened, he saw two men in the shower fucking.
And one was riding it.
He said the man grabbed his ankle, grabbed the ankle, and sat on the other nigga was riding. So I had questions while he was telling that story.
What was your question?
My question was, how long did you watch it?
Did you like it?
Not did you like it, but how long did you watch it? How long? Did you watch a moment of it? Did you watch, did you go call a guard? Did it disturb you to the fact that but he he talked about it in detail. And I was like, okay. Just questions. I didn't say he was, because, I just, I don't know what a person's sexuality is if they don't say anything about it. But, I question.
I mean, it was curious.
Because,
why would you look at something you don't like?
Like, why would you stand and watch it to be able to detail the story like that?
Tell it back, yeah.
In detail. When you get a chance, go watch the detailed story.
I need to see it.
Yeah, because it was very detailed.
I need to see it.
And I was like,
send it to me.
I will.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
I don't want to attack Boosie because I think he's funny. I was a fan of his, whatever.
You was a fan?
Well, I like some of his stuff. I just think that he's a funny. He's make Instagram shit. He's funny, whatever. But I would really love to have a conversation with him because my question is that how that disturbed you on a different level. That because after that he started speaking out so much against gays and everything started to become about the kids. And here's what people do: people take their
Wait a minute, he speaks about the kids?
The kids, man, this stuff is influencing the kids, man.
The same kids like he might buy a prostitute for?
Yeah. And so those were my questions, because I talked about this on the Breakfast Club when I was on there. Please, if you haven't watched that, please make sure you catch me on the Breakfast Club. So I talked about this. I was like, until we address a grown ass woman sucking a 12 and 13-year-old boy's penis, or you having that done as a grown man, we can't talk about, the safety of kids until we start in your home. Because no matter whichever way you look at it, that child was molested, and you aided in that. And and let's be real, the reason why men do that to their sons is because they want to make sure that they are a man. But sex does not make you a man. I could fuck a bitch today, and I'm gonna be a bitch tomorrow. Okay? And so why, if that's the case, why aren't you doing this to your daughters to make sure that why don't you see the virtue in why don't you see the virtue in your sons the same way you see the virtue in your daughter? Those are I just have questions.
When you spoke about safe space, it brought me up to a conversation I had the other day. We were talking and I said that so many of my peers, I have a lot of male friends. I almost have more male friends than female friends. My whole squad is male.
But that's how it works. You want some hitters.
I mean,
okay.
Listen, and so many of my friends or people I met in travels, their first sexual experiences were rapes or molestations, period, point blank. That's all that was.
From women.
And,
older women.
Right. And it's like, for me, when I see something like D. Davis tell his story on Vlad about him getting raped, and Vlad laughs at him, and I'm looking at D. Ray's face go from, okay, I'm telling this story, maybe that braveness that, that came with telling that story and that courage that you had to even bring that up, right? Especially on a platform like that, and to be laughed at by a white man, you know what I mean? It just was like, and it pissed me off so bad because it could have went another way. He could have told that story. Vlad could have took that serious. They could have put that clip out, and so many men could have came out the next day with their similar story because they have them. It's men that I was talking to Gary the other day. Sometimes a man might not just be super sexual, and he was just saying how he feels like with black men they're supposed to be these super sexual beings. So you might be being pushed in that way, and you're not gay, straight, or anything. You're just not thinking about no coochie yet.
Right.
And before you know it, you're in a room with a stripper, you're in a room with a prostitute, and you have to have sex with that person, because if you go walk out through your uncles and your father or your big brothers or whoever, they might whoop your ass, if not laugh at you for months or years about that. So I feel like things like that, but that's why I do this in a way, because it's like everything is cool till somebody expose that shit. And the fact that my brothers can't come out and say I was raped, because it took a while for me to say, I got molested. As soon as I was able to, I felt better about my situation.
Right.
Every time I have that conversation, I felt better about that situation. So the thing that these men are at the live and die with that shit, it also puts me back to how sometimes some of my peers are just angry as a motherfucker. Some of my family, they just seem so fucking angry, but you have zero outlets to put that shit.
Correct.
There's nowhere to take it.
There's nowhere to take it. And then you have men who do that, and they do, like, I'm not attacking Boosie. I don't want people to think that this is an attack, but he's a perfect, it's a go-to piece right there. And so you have him that's done this to his son and his nephew. And then, you want to talk about the detriment of the black community. You got so many different women that have different baby daddies from every motherfucking body. And then you try to find out like, well, why my man why I can't have a faithful man? The father has instilled hypersexuality on this man at a young age. He's just hypersexual now. This is a young boy. This hormones jumping. You done gave him some pussy, some head from a woman. Come on.
And I'm so glad you said about the virtue, because it's like in the household, especially in our upbringing, the boys, they didn't clean. They weren't taught how to clean or taught how to do anything to take care of themselves, right? We did all the cleaning, the girls around the family or whatever. They were pushed to do things or allowed. So you could bring a girl over the house very early or whatever, and the girl, God forbid she even figure her sexuality out, she's automatically a whore. You have to get out. You ain't bringing no fucking baby. It was such a flip-flop. And what I experienced with my 80 baby peers, we just raised a lot of spoiled ass, not self-sufficient men that just didn't really know how to do anything but fuck. And then when they create these lifestyles where they have a bunch of children, right? Nothing really for them. I mean, I talk about it. My father never had a home. I never saw my father with his own home. He always lived with a woman. That just was his life. And if the woman wasn't his mother, it was somebody he was fucking. And he's been a provider. He's had money, but he just wasn't taught to do that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's just a joke to call them angry and call them thugs or call them whatever. As far as us talking about us, when we set that shit up, that's why it was important for me to teach my son how to clean, and I had to stop myself saying, because sometimes I would say, stop crying like a bitch. It would just slip out of my mouth because that's all I've ever seen.
Right.
I made sure I didn't do fight, because I would see people do that with their kids, teach them how to fight. Then a little nigga at the daycare, he can't stay because he's fighting and biting everybody, right? So I never did that, but when he would cry and he would show his emotions like that, I hate to see him cry. So I would say, stop crying like a girl.
Right.
Stop crying like a girl. And I took that shit out fast, and it turned into, it's okay to cry, but you got to be able to explain what's going on. Why do you feel that way? And then let's try to figure that out. Are you that angry that it made you cry? Why? You know what I mean? And go from there, because it's extremely important for my son to know how to know how to identify his emotions and how he feels.
Yes.
And to express himself with his
and to not
words.
keep it bottled in, because this is what creates all the problems in the house. Let me tell you something. I have to take the time to say this to you. I have to say you have had some amazing gay friends and trans friends, and you have had some amazing experiences that you've learned from and you've applied it. And I respect you for that, because there are a lot of people who say, well, how I do this and how I do that, and you teach them and they say, I don't give a fuck about that. That ain't what I'm gonna do. There's no willingness to learn, or there's no willingness to change, or to see the error in things, like, because we've been so conditioned, we don't want to see the error in shit. Like I said, I laid that fish fight down. I put that shit on the floor. I ain't in that shit. No, because my peoples was saying that it was bothering them.
And that's
all
your
right,
people.
that's my people.
That's right.
All right, fuck it. You ain't got, you don't hear it no more. But if I'm telling you that these things are going on, you know what I'm saying, and you say, well, teach me, and you're taught, and you go right back and still do the shit, you didn't have any intentions. So I have to tell you, sister,
thank you.
I can say that you my sister, because you'll be like, okay, you really didn't mean to do that. You really didn't mean to say that. You really didn't mean, and you really see like, oh, that's fucked up. So I applaud you for that, and that's why I followed you and love you. You had got into some hot water once before.
Just once
with me.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest, because a lot of shit you say, I be laughing because it's funny, because we hood bitches, so I know. But you learn though.
Okay.
When you said that you didn't see trans women in the it hurt
feel
me.
Supported.
I was so hurt, because I'm like, sister, you don't know. It's because you don't know. Like, we've been the lead in a lot of things for black people, not just for trans women. Like, especially us black trans women have been in the forefront of the fight, have started movements for black people, because we understand that we hold, both sides of it. Like,
right.
I ain't just fighting white folks. I'm fighting my people too. Like, I'm over here fighting for my people. Like, and then my people on my back. I don't want you. Like, you ain't. What's you a fag?
Right.
And it's like, how the fuck? I'm leading the movement on. You know, because I know the injustice that we go through as Black people firsthand. But how could you not see mine?
Right.
And how could you be a part of the injustice that happens to me? How?
I learned in that, and it was important for me to have people I trusted that were gay, that were trans, that could say, yo, this is what it is, this is how it feels. But my mother called me. My mother don't call me for nothing. My mother called me. She said, Damona, she said, I've been on Twitter all day. She said, because what really bothered me was the response. So instead of nobody said, you hurt my feelings when you said that, because this is what it is. Most people say, you dumb, light-skinned bitch. You yellow bitches is 10 for 10 this year. My vote is to get rid of all light-skinned women or some shit like that. They was killing me, right? So the immediate reaction was anger, because I'm going to fight you with fire. My mother called me. My mother said, Damona, people's feelings are hurt. They love you. They help you rise to the top, and they think that they got you. So they don't have a lot of people, but they have you. You advocate for them.
Yes.
And that hurts. That's painful. She said, that's what I'm seeing throughout all this stuff. Feelings are hurt. You have to explain what you meant, and you have to say that you're wrong, because you know I didn't raise you to be. We're not that way. We're universalists, and they need to understand that, because we're not hateful people. We just aren't. I grew up in a household that if I was gay or trans, my mother wouldn't have gave a fuck.
Right.
It'd be like, do the dishes, close the door, and I'm about to go lay down. I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up like that. I was blessed to have a really intelligent mom. You know, I'm an intelligent Black mom with white skin. So we came up, a little different than other people, and it's hard for us or for me to understand a lot of that phobia, because we niggas. So it's like we too used to that to be a part of that, but I feel like those that get bullied tend to bully, and that thing just kind of keeps going around. But the cycle
gotta break, though.
It do. At some point we have, because us together we are a fucking force.
Yes.
So it's like with all the fighting within the communities, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And if you look at things in that way, and I think a lot of that is the issue, is that when you look at things like it's not a choice. I'm born this way. This is who I am. That's the same thing you go through when you're pulled over because you're dark skin, because you can't pick your skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't pick if you're gay or if you're trans. This is what you are.
Yeah. Well, see, you have the common sense to know that. There are people out there that are like, well, you chose that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when did you choose to be straight?
Right.
Like what? And no, I wasn't molested. I've never been molested.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions.
Yeah. So
I think.
My dad on my television show thought that somebody had touched me.
Really?
I'm like, nigga. Well, and if they did, big nigga, you weren't there to protect me.
Wow.
Fuck nigga, but I had to forgive him for thinking like that, and I also had to get in a space where like this is the thinking of the mind being this small, of not knowing. We're the way that we are because of the lack of knowledge, and we have the lack of knowledge at times because we don't want to learn. You, on the other hand, are open to learning, open to being reprimanded, because me too. Motherfucker, I might cuss back. Fuck y'all hoes, suck my ass. Actually, suck this dick, bitch. And I gotta be like, okay, maybe they were writing some of the things they're saying. I'm gonna go back and reevaluate. And then I might make a public apology.
Yeah, I'm not too big to apologize.
Or I may not. Or I may get on a big platform and talk about, where I made mistakes or where I had an error at, and let them know that I won't do it again.
Yeah, well, prayerfully, I hope that I lead in that way, because so many people look at me like, she say what she want to say, she do what she want to do, and I want people to know that I am choosing my words, that it is important for me to choose my words, and I ain't trying to hurt nobody, and I still say what I want to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna still say what the fuck I want to say too, but I'm gonna do it within reason. Then there are times that I be like, I can't say this because bitch, if I say what I want to say, bitch, Twin Towers, bitch, down. But should I not say that either, huh? Yeah, see, I got to think about that. Because if I say whatever I want to say, bitch, it'll be like Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Andrew, bitch, tearing some shit up.
We had that in common. Yeah, but it's a coin though.
Yeah,
it's a corporate coin to me. I'm an Aquarius.
Wait, is that a water?
That's air.
Aquarius is air?
Is it? I think it's air. Aquarius isn't water. Aquarius is air. It's
Aquarius
water.
Is water?
Let me see.
No, make sure.
We're going to find out right
because
now.
Because if you tell me you're Aquarius and it's air.
It's tattooed on my fucking back.
If you tell me that Aquarius is air, then you're going to know why we get along.
It is tattooed on my goddamn back.
It's air?
Thank you. It's air.
I'm a Libra. We're air.
Okay.
Libra is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini.
Okay.
We're air signs.
Right, yeah.
And that's why we have a good connection with each other. That's
the
why
best love I've ever had was from a Libra. He lied his ass off, but he loved
Why
me
do people
good.
think Libras are liars?
Because they lie a little bit.
I'm a Libra Scorpio though.
Oh, okay.
I'm October 22nd.
Okay. Both my parents are Scorpios. That's what fucked me up.
They be fucking.
Yeah. That's what fucked me
I
up.
be fucking
Yeah.
too.
He's also a Scorpio.
We be
This
fucking.
man. What did
I
you
said
say
we
to
like
me?
a-
Is it no DM? Is it no? What are we doing? Listen, before we manifest, I know it's so good. God damn it, it's a learning experience, and it's just.
We done been too long.
I mean, it's almost over, babe.
Oh,
I want you to tell people what you got coming up. Talk a little bit about what your movie coming up.
Well, I just want to let everybody know the reason why I talk about my past positions and where I was or whatever, or I'm not ashamed of it, is because my past positions were the same reason why I couldn't get in then to the spaces that I am in now. Okay. And I'm in these spaces now because I continued to be who I am, and I champion for girls like myself, girls, boys, people, anybody that was in the sex work industry. Mm-hmm. I'm in a Universal Picture. You know them folks that made Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. Mm-hmm. Huge. I mean, Universal Picture called Bros. It's in theater September 30th. I'm also in a movie that's coming out with Gabrielle Union. Wow. She produced it. Well, she's a part of the production on it. It's called. Hold on, I got to get it right. I'm in a Gabrielle Union film that's coming out to Netflix. It's called The Perfect Find. Mm-hmm. Some other stuff that I can't share right now. But it's definitely going to be huge things. But I'm always working all the time.
Can you promise to come back?
Baby, anytime you hear you want me to come
play
back.
A little more next time. This was like a learning. This is a learning.
Well, what you want to give me a little bit to play, just a little bit before I go. What you want to play with besides this dick, girl? You don't get hard for the cooch.
Do you like women at all? Sure?
I've never had sex with a woman.
Never.
Okay, I've had a couple.
Come on.
Can I tell my couple story before I go?
Just
all right,
please.
So I've never been sexually
attracted.
Ever been because I've always viewed women as my sisters, or I've seen my mom in women, so I definitely don't have a sexual attraction towards my mom.
Mm-hmm. I love your mom too.
I love her too.
She's
a girl. She's a terrorist.
You did stuff with I had my mom on the podcast.
Aries.
Because you would put your mom on camera all the time.
Yeah, she an Aries girl.
Yeah, I put my mother on camera. It was wild.
Ooh.
I think the wildest thing my mom said was, so you say, I told her that one of my fans, I call them my cousins, because I always told her I want to try pussy. So she had wrote in and was like, look, I really took that serious. I tried some pussy and we went out. We've been going out a couple times. I really liked it. My mom sat right on that couch and said, so you, some Quato celebrity, you say you like pussy. Now she licking a little pussy. She been looking pussy. That's what she said on the show.
That's what I like your mama. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
She's something else.
Well, I see women as, I don't see women in a sexual way. I find women to be attractive, and I think that women find it in a motherfucker. Like, ooh, shit, you know. But my dick ain't gonna stand up for it. It ain't gonna happen. But I had a couple come to my house when I was way back when I was. This had to be like 2005, 2004 or 5, when I was an escort, and this gentleman had been calling me all day. And so the guy had been calling me all day or whatever. And when the night came and it was time for us to meet, a woman knocks on the door, and I open the door, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "Am I gonna have to shoot these people? Because are they trying to rob me or something?" But it was a woman, and the guy, and he told me, he said, "Well, I'm sorry that I had to do it like this, but I didn't know if you'd be comfortable with that. But she picked you out." I was like, okay. I was 29 years old, and I said, "Well, before I turn 30, let me see if I'm all the way." Dickly. And I went in the room and I let them both fondle me. You know, I'll get in depth off the tape because I know we don't have a lot of time. But I let them fondle me. I let them, you know, they paid me the money. I let them fondle me. I let them suck, lick, and do all the things. But I could not get an erection because the girl got on my back and I felt her nails going up my back. And I was like, oh my God.
Turn on.
And then she reached around and she grabbed my titty and she rubbed my titty. She was licking my titty. And then she was, oh my Jesus, God. Oh, even thinking about it, I was like, oh God, I feel like a lesbian. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being a lesbian, but it's just, I'm just not a lesbian.
You're not.
I'm just not a lesbian because I'm not sexually attracted to a woman. And even with that man, fine ass nigga, like I like him. He was fine like I like him. They were black couple. Blacks are into a lot of shit. Don't be fooled.
I know.
You motherfuckers out there thinking white people do not be fooled. Niggas into a lot of shit. And so I I lay. He was over there fine, dig hard, and I'm like, "Come on, bitch, come on,
Get it
girl.
together.
Get it
Fuck
together."
this money up.
And this girl is no, they weren't getting no money back. Nah.
It's a no return.
First of all,
no
I was
refund
prepared to shoot
policy.
their ass at the door, so you know they weren't acting crazy about money. That you was in my house, bitch. I'm gonna defend. I'm gonna protect and serve and bitch. And so. You know, at first she was sitting on the couch. I was sucking the boyfriend dick. I was like really sucking it, you know, trying to get myself right. But it was her looking at me, and she was so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. And she was just looking at me. She opened her legs. She started putting her hands in her, and she was, and I was like, oh God. No, God, please, no. No. And then he was like,
scared of that cat.
She said, suck that dick, baby. So he rolled over there and started sucking. He said, am I doing it right, baby? She said, yeah. He said, why don't you get over here in the bed and teach me how to do it? I said, oh, God, she's finna touch me. She finna put her hands on my penis. And so she climbed over in the bed. She got on my back. She was... I was like, fuck. Like, God, what am I doing here? What is going on in here? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let it. I don't want to, but I'm gonna let it. And so she came. It was just some real sensual shit. She came across my shoulder. She was trying to kiss me and stuff and lick my ears, and it was just too much woman.
Sis,
it was too much.
Me.
Sister, girl.
I'm your friend.
I'm your friend, sis. Why can't we just fuck him?
Why you don't just watch?
Why don't you just sit on, you let him eat? Because I've worked with girls before, because I've been a prostitute. So I've worked with women before. Girl, eat her pussy. I'ma suck the dick, you know, and he can hit you from the motherfucking back. I could, you know, be... Well, that's when I was playing pussy too. That's why I know girls do it.
Oh, okay.
I left that part out. That we were both playing, but we were both. I said fucked up and said
you slipped it up. Fuck it.
We were both playing women.
Right.
Well, she was a woman. I was playing
a woman
with her. So I made mistake. I was young. I think I was about 19. You know, that's why I know that this stuff happens, because I've done it. But I don't do it anymore because at times I don't. Oh, girl, I got a lot of stuff to tell you.
You're into activism real fast. You are into activism to help your community, correct?
Yeah, and I don't want it to be pushed in the community that we do that. But the girls have done it. I've done it. So
it's
I know.
It's true, because honest.
I know. But, okay, I did it. And so men have been eating the cat, and you know
what I always thought, a lot of it's so popular as far as like escorting and things like that, because you have to pay for it to kind of get your transition going, and it's such an expensive thing. And where else do you get the money, especially when you come from a side of life where you don't have a lot of money in general?
I'm from Miami. I didn't have that. I'm not a white girl,
right? So that's how you make that money.
Yeah, I had to be a hoe.
How do we fix that though? Is that something where maybe healthcare starts to cover some of those things?
Well, healthcare does cover some of these things now. And right now, you know, insurance, healthcare, and right now the girls are able to work in different places. We're actors and singers and producers and writers, and you know, we're these things because we see so many other girls, occupying these positions now, and so it gives girls hope. Like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
But now we still have our girls that ride and fucking suck and get in the book, and that's okay too.
For sure.
You know, just keep your pistol on the side of your bed, your bag, your mace, your butcher's knife. Be safe. Wear your rubbers. You know, do your thing.
Right.
You know, make your coin. I'm not gonna ever tell a bitch not to fucking get her money, because I don't want to suck dick for free. I don't want to suck dick for free even now.
Right. Really?
No.
Are you single? All right. Me too.
I don't want to be.
Me neither.
I don't want to be.
You find it's hard to date.
I mean, listen. I am dating somebody.
So you're dating.
Yeah.
But it's not a relationship. Well, I would like,
it's just, you know, there are things that need to be fixed.
Do you bag a lot of celebrities on a low?
I have.
Sneaky type of celebrities?
I don't do that sneaky shit.
Or do they come at you?
Yeah, I have. I've had a lot of things happen.
We talk about it off camera.
And then the bigger that I become, you know, sometimes it gets scary for them, you know, because I'm occupying spaces that they in. Usually you have to call me when you leave the party, or when you in town. Bitch, I'm in town with you.
Right. You're in the same party.
I'm on the red carpet with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm motherfucking at the place, you know, speaking with you. We there together.
But your DM is popping.
No, they don't DM. I get emails a lot.
Oh, big money.
Yeah, you know, real niggas email. That DM shit, them free niggas.
Mm-hmm. Well,
What's
I put
up?
my Cash App in it.
Them DMs are free. What's up? No. Book tsmadison@gmail.com.
You don't get no, what's your Cash App, TS?
No. What's the wire transfer?
Ooh, I think we should just end it on that
Cash
note.
App don't let you get but $2,500. It don't. I'm cost way more than that.
Well, if you watch the show, okay, damn, you get more than $25.
Nice.
For these niggas. I need a couple things when we finish, including one of them reps over there at Instagrams. Don't forget about me. Well, you know, we like to manifest things on this show. I manifested my whole career, my whole life right now.
I did too.
What are you manifesting right now? Are you manifesting that little situation to turn into a relationship possibly?
I mean, love will come when it comes. I want to continue to work, and so I manifested. There's a role that I want. Like if they ever remake The Little Shop of Horrors,
When they remake The Little Shop of Horrors.
When they remake The Little Shop of Horrors, I manifest myself as being Audrey too. The player.
Oh my God.
He's got your number now.
That's it.
He knows just what you've done.
That's yours.
You've got nowhere to hide. You've got nowhere to run. He knows your life of crime. And I think it's supper time.
You sound just like
I want to
her.
eat a motherfucker up saying it. But see, I sound like it. But the thing about it is, what I want to do is I want to add the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say motherfucker and bitch and,
Right.
you know, because we know when we watch The Little Shop of Horrors that plant was black.
Right.
But we are in 2022, 2023, going forward. We know black is different now
Right.
than it was then.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I think that's a cool idea. I think you just got that role for yourself. I love you so much.
I love you,
appreciate you.
sister.
And just promise that you'll come back.
I ain't gonna have to make no problem. Anytime you in town, call me. I slide right over here. If you got a guess that you need some pressure to apply, and I ain't busy,
okay.
I'll come apply that pressure.
That's perfect.
Boosie, I really want to sit down and talk to Boosie. When you get Boosie back on here, I want to sit down and talk to Boosie.
All right.
Because I don't want him to feel. I need to say this because I don't want him to feel like that I attacked. It's like there's a lot of spaces that I've occupied. Like because I know your show, the Breakfast Club, like these spaces reach black people, and I need to him because he'll see some shit like this, and I need him to know I'm not attacking you.
Right. Just want to have a conversation.
I just want to ask questions.
Okay.
Why you stood there so long and watched that man get his ass fucked? Why? Were you erect? I would have been. Thank you for having me, Mona. I love you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. I love you. Catch us back next week.